everybody, welcome back to Unbelievable English. I'm Adam, and today we're going to be talking about A la Mesa. A la Mesa is from Joseph Allouet and Johan Go, and it's produced by Mandu Games, who are sponsoring this video. In A la Mesa, we are all chefs, and we are coming around the table to play board games and eat good food. So, each of us is going to take a turn to be a judge in a contest to see who can make the best food. Just like in Dixit or in Apples to Apples, there's a judge that's going to rotate in this game, and everybody is going to be describing the food that they're going to make using a slightly randomized set of ingredients. So let's go to the table, we'll take a look at the components, and we'll learn how to play A la Mesa. So let's look at the components for A la Mesa. We have a wooden spatula, a rolling pin, a mixing bowl, a whisk, a cleaver, a grater, a chef's knife, a saucepan, oil, salt and pepper, a pan, a pot. We have the plates for the players. We have fryers, a deep fryer on our player board. We've got a grill. We've got an oven with a stove top. We have our cutting board, a couple more saucepans or pots, some cooking utensils there. And then we really start to get to the heart of this game. We have the double-sided cards that we're going to be using as the judge to let everybody know what kind of dish we're looking for. And then we have all of our ingredients. There are 60 ingredients here, and we have a little bit of everything. And this is really, I think, where the heart of the game is, in those ingredients. And then, of course, we have our extra point tokens that the judge is going to be awarding once everybody has made their dishes. Well, there's one ingredient I didn't mention: our imagination. This game is wonderful for using our imagination, using our mind, being inventive, and we're going to see that in just a minute when we look at gameplay. All right, guys, so let's take a look at how to play A la Mesa. So today we have Gugu, Adam, and Toby playing, and for this first round, Gugu is going to be the guest. So she's going to turn over her plate. Now, there are as many rounds as there are players. First, Gugu is going to be the judge, then maybe I would be the judge, and then Toby would be the judge. Once everybody has been a judge one time, the game is over. That's the end of it. The first thing we're going to do when we know who the judge is the judge is going to get 2 of these order cards. They are double-sided, as we saw earlier, and the judge is going to decide what kind of dish they are going to order. Now, Gugu clearly is a meat lover, so that's the kind of dish she wants. We're going to throw out the other card, and Gugu has ordered a meat lover's dish. The first thing we're going to do is what's called drafting. Every player who is making a dish, so every player who is not the judge, is going to get 4 ingredients. And then they're going to look at those ingredients and choose 1 to keep, and then they're going to pass the rest on to the next player. So I'm going to keep that one, and I'll pass these to Toby. Toby's going to look at his cards, his ingredients, and he's going to keep, he's going to keep 1, and he's going to pass the rest to me. Oops. And we're just going to continue to do that until we each have 4 cards. Now, you want to try to serve a dish that matches the desires of the order, but you also want to make a delicious meal. That's almost more important. The person who makes the meal that the judge thinks matches their order closest is going to get this card. And this card shows you how many points you get for each card you collect over the course of the game. If I can get one card, that's going to be worth 3 points at the end of the game. But if I can get 2, it's worth 6. And if I can get 3, that'll be worth 10 points at the end of the game. But the judge is also going to give out awards for the dish that they think is the most delicious. So if I make the most delicious dish, I'll get 4 points maybe, and then Toby would get 2 points. So we have our ingredients, and I'll show you mine. I've chosen Parmesan cheese, shrimp, cabbage, and unfortunately, I got dealt ice cream last. I don't know how I'm gonna make a meat lover's dish out of all of that. That's gonna be very, very difficult. Toby, I think, maybe got a little bit luckier. Let's see what Toby got. Yeah, Toby got beef tenderloin, mustard, eggplant, and carrot. So we've now done 2 of the 4 steps that we need to get through one round. The next step is really where this game shines. Now we're going to do the cooking. So Toby and I are going to take turns talking about how we're going to make the dish that we're going to serve our guest. And I'll go first, and I am in big trouble, guys, because I don't know what to do with this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve a shrimp, cheese, and cabbage. Maybe a casserole. Yeah, that's it. And I will have a little side dish, a little palate cleanser of ice cream to go with it. So maybe I'm gonna make my casserole first. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by using that cutting board to cut the heads off the shrimp and clean the shrimp. And then I'll use my chef's knife to chop up all that shrimp. Maybe I will then put all that shrimp in a mixing bowl until I need it. And then I'll take that cabbage and I will chop it up really finely. Ooh, maybe I'll make a shrimp salad. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Forget about the casserole. We're going shrimp salad. I've got this lovely cabbage, which I'm going to cut up, and I'm gonna put in my pot. The pot's gonna go on the stove top. I'll take off the lid. I'll put that cabbage in there, and I'll put in some water, a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna soften that cabbage in the boiling water. I'll do that for just a little bit. I'm just gonna blanch it. I'm just gonna soften it up a little bit. I'll take it off, I'll take it out, I'll chop it up really finely, and now I've got a nice bed of cabbage to put that shrimp on, and then I'll grate my Parmesan cheese on top and make a shrimp and cabbage salad with cheese on top. I will put that on my plate. And then for my side dish, my little palate cleanser, before we get to the main dish, I'll serve a little ice cream, and it'll just be a nice little vanilla bean ice cream to go with that. So that'll sit on the side. And you can see just how imaginative you have to be and how verbal you have to be. There's a lot of talking you've got to do if you want to do well in this game. Then it's going to be Toby's turn, and Toby has this lovely beef tenderloin, some carrots and eggplant, and some mustard. This feels pretty easy to me. Toby is going to take that beef tenderloin, he's gonna put it on the cutting board. He's not gonna cut it, but he is gonna put a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper on it, and then he's just gonna put that on the grill for a couple of minutes. Maybe he's gonna chop up that eggplant and that carrot. Again, maybe just a little bit of oil on that, and maybe he's gonna grill that too. Maybe this is gonna be a grilled beef dish. So he's gonna take those sliced carrots and eggplants, he's gonna grill those a little bit as well, and then he's gonna serve a little bit of mustard sauce on the side. So Toby got very lucky. He got a very easy dish that fits the needs of that main request. So then, after we're done cooking, Gugu is very simply gonna decide which one of these she thinks best meets the meat lover requirement, And I think it's pretty obvious that Toby has won that. And then she's going to decide who's going to get medals. Now, while I like shrimp and cabbage, I think Gugu is much happier to have beef. So Toby has gotten 7 points this turn, and I've gotten 2. So that's how we would play around. Then Gugu would become a player, a chef. We would maybe discard, or even, depending on how you want to do it, you could shuffle these ingredients back into the ingredient pile. And I would become the chef, and we would do it again. We are going to do it very quickly one more time because I'd like to show you the children's variant. The children's variant for this game, I think, is lovely. And it is simply, instead of drafting cards, we're going to put all of these ingredients face up on the table. And we're going to let our children choose the ingredients they want to use to cook. At the end of the game, once everybody has been a judge one time, we would have our scoring. We would count up our points from our menu cards, from our medals, and see who had the most, and that would be the end of the game. All right, guys. See you here next time at Unbelievable English. Bye, guys.